Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Let's get into the Tuesday action in the MLB. Apologies yesterday. We kind of took the day off, a rough one I had on Sunday night, as I do have a very good story, but we'll save it for another day. And it's a prime example on why you never cash out when you do have that offering. So we'll get down into the bets. We'll talk about kind of what we have going on here in the MLB. I'll share with you that quick story, and then we will share my three best bets for today's card. A couple leans along the way. So for those of you that are not subscribed to the channel, make sure you all hit that like button and please subscribe down below. We will use Outlier to kind of get into what we have going on. We'll look at the entire card, talk about some of the pitching matchups and trends along the way, okay? So quickly, I will give you guys my story. I had a parlay basically live within the only leg needed for a plus 850 on a pretty substantial ticket was the Philadelphia Phillies on Sunday Night Baseball, minus 1.5. And right before that bottom frame of the eighth, as we all know, the Phillies were at home. I hit that cash out button for a little slight profit as it was basically a 1-to-1 payout, just a refund, if you will. And Schwarber, with 1 out or 2 outs and 2 strikes, hit a absolute mammo to center field as that solo shot allowed the Phillies to win 2-0. So that's why you never cash out. It's something where we'll live with it, but still a little bit stung from that. So that's kind of why I took the day off yesterday. Today, tough day. I'm traveling, so I wanted to get out my video and talk to you guys about today's card. So the first one on the docket, all right, the Houston Astros and the Miami Marlins. Cal Quantrill is on the bump for the Marlins. Now, he has been fairly impressive as we look at kind of a horrid first half of the season, as the Marlins are one of the hottest teams in baseball right now. As we do look at them, they've won 7 of their last 10 games. Also, the Marlins, pretty nice little futures opportunity, if you ask me. I think I saw it there on DraftKings, where you can find the Marlins plus 2,500, so 25-1, that they will make the playoffs. All right, so they are third right now, where they stack up in the NL East. So for those of you that do kind of look into the futures market, obviously they'd have to surpass the Mets or make a wild card spot, but a little bit of opportunity there if they do. I think they're 6 games back from the wild card, but continuing to surge. Alcantara, Quantrill, a lot of their pitchers are kind of exceeding expectations in the back half of the season. So Marlins right now against the Astros, as the Astros come to town. They do not have a pitcher named. Minus 105 there on the money line, basically a coin flip game with a little bit of vig. I do like the Marlins here in this spot. If you do want to back Cal Quantrill and the Miami Marlins bats to stay hot, that would be a lean in this contest. Okay, next game, Minnesota and Detroit. We talk about kind of what we have going into action with them. We do get Zebby Matthews going against Chris Paddock. Now, for this game, the Twins are plus 125 dogs on the road. A little short price there for the Tigers, as they have been playing some great baseball. I would look into the Tigers team total. Zebby Matthews, a 5+ ERA. I think the Tigers can get some runs in this game. I don't like the full game total, but I do think this one is where I do expect the Tigers to score some runs. So I would lean into the Tigers team total going over 4.5. All right. Next game on the card, San Francisco and Pittsburgh, right? Logan Webb and Burrows. The Pirates have been hitting the baseball, all right? And as we look at them, they've won 6 of their last 10 games. Baltimore, they have won 7 of their last 10 games, and San Francisco has only won 2 of their last 10. They do have the potential to score some runs here, okay? And that's kind of where I would lean in terms of San Francisco. But I'm not going to get a bet against Pittsburgh. I know that's kind of crazy to say out loud a couple times, but the Pirates, they've been live. All right, so they're live dogs. Today we do get them at home going against Logan Webb. Webb's 9-8 on the year. It would not shock me if the Pirates win this game. One thing I do kind of like in this regard, I kind of don't mind the no-run first inning bet here in today's contest, all right? But no official play, no real lean one way or another. Kind of a fishy number if you ask me. So this will be a cross-off-the-list kind of game for me. We'll stay away from San Fran and Pittsburgh. All right, Baltimore and Philadelphia. Minus 140 might be a little bit too cheap for me, okay? So if you do think the Phillies bats are going to stay live, I know with Tawan Walker pitching, going against Dean Kramer, this is one where Baltimore is going to score, okay? It's just if we get it both ways. So I do lend towards the over 9.5 conversation there. Minus 115 is the best number available, and that's how I would approach this game, but no official play, all right? The game that we will have an official play in, this will be backing the Athletics, all right? They do go away from Sacramento. They are on the road playing the Nats, and it will be Luis Severino going against Mackenzie Gore. Now, Mackenzie Gore, 4-11 on the season. His ERA has got up there, almost a 4 as we stand today. And Severino also, very good road splits. Keep that in mind, all right? So whether it may be that short porch, the AAA stadium that they do play in Sacramento, I look for the Athletics to come alive tonight, and I think plus 116 is too cheap of a price, as they have lost 2 straight but have won 7 of their last 10. Look for the A's to bounce back. We'll take them plus 116 on the money line as my first official play. All right, Guardians and the Mets. This is one where we do look into this game. Logan Allen going against Clay Holmes. Now, I do think that the Clay Holmes narrative, as we look at this experiment into the starting rotation, has kind of subsided a little bit, all right? And I just wonder kind of what he's going to give the Guardians today. This is one where I do expect a lot of runs. So if you do look into the over 8.5, minus 115, you could take the Guardians over 3.5 total runs, team total. I want to pull that up for you guys real quickly, just make sure that the number is right. And that's kind of where you can find, yes, minus 125 over 3.5 runs. That would be my best bet in this game, okay? I think the Guardians will score. I think they will get to the likes of Clay Holmes. And for this game, I instead of taking the Cleveland Guardians plus 140, as they have been streaking, okay, 6 of their last 10, they've covered the run line in 6 straight games. But the Guardians there, just to score 4 runs, I like that one quite a bit, minus 125, all right? Royals and Red Sox, okay? This will be a game that we're going to talk about because it might actually be the best game that we can target, okay? This is where Garrett Crochet has been absolutely impressive. The Red Sox have won 8 of their last 10. They've won 6 straight. The Royals also a little bit slumping offensively too. Okay, so Bergert is a fairly decent pitcher, 1-0 on the year, 2.78 ERA. The total is set at 7.5, okay? The official play that I will make, we are going to look into the total here, okay? And we're going to take the total going under 8 runs at minus 115 at BetMGM. That will be my best bet for this contest. So that will be my second play of the day, Boston and Kansas City. We're going to go under the total of 8 at Fenway. All right, back into the card. The next game that we are going to look into, the Milwaukee Brewers and the Atlanta Braves. We do get Freddie Peralta going against Wentz. Now, Peralta has been absolutely awesome, just to say the least. 12-5 on the year. We look at him just really getting it done. And the Brewers offensively, maybe in some words, the most shocking team of this 2025 campaign. And I hope they stay alive because we're going to take them here on the run line. Plus 125, a lot of value going against the Braves, who have essentially only won 3 of their last 10 games. I know they lost last night, and the Brewers really did dot that I against them after they exploded. I just think the Brewers take care of business backing Freddie Peralta, so we'll take the Brewers at plus money, plus 125 to cover that run line in which they have done 6 of their last 7 games. Keep that in mind. So Brewers will be my third pick at minus 1.5, okay? Reds and Cubs, all right? This is going to be one where we do get Emananga going against Zach Littell. As we look at the Cubs, minus 175 is the best number available. Just kind of in that unbettable range as I do look and target the Cubs in this spot. If you want to take the Cubs to not bat in the 9th on DK, that's probably a fair proposition. Also, Cubs first 5, but they have not been kind of living up to what they have, the run that they have been on, kind of predating the All-Star break, okay? As we talk about them, they've won 5 of their last 10 games. So as they come off a loss, I do like the Cubs. Back in Emananga, he's looked strong in his last couple outings. So Cubs to not bat in the 9th is how I would approach this game. Yankees and Rangers, this is one that is fairly interesting as we do get Warren and Nathan Eovaldi. Okay, I think the Yankees score in this game. I know Eovaldi has been spectacular, 1.49 ERA. Just something about it. I like the Yankees today, and it's not so much to win the game. I would lean towards that full game total, going over the total of 8. The Rangers have been scoring pretty efficiently as well, as they have hit the over, scoring 9 runs or more in 8 of their last 10 contests. This is for me an overplay. So looking at the Yankees to kind of produce, I will take the Yankees Rangers going over the total of 8. You can find that there with a little bit of juice. All right. Blue Jays and Rockies, we're going to talk about that one. That's kind of a game where we look at the Jose Barrios going against Molina. This is a game where the Blue Jays, I do expect to kind of get the job done on the run line, minus 1.5. They're going to take care of business there in Coors Field. Blue Jays team total, I also think, is live, and that's a lean, not an official play. All right. Tampa Bay and the Angels. Ryan Pepio going against Soriano for the Rays that have only won 2 of their last 10 games. All right. This is a game that I'm going to cross off the list. The one thing about it is Yandy Diaz has been absolutely impressive hitting the baseball. So if you were going to target one person in the prop market, I like the Yandy Diaz total bases, hits, runs, RBIs in the Rays-Angels contest, where I do think he has a very good day at the dish. Okay. Next game on the list is the Chicago White Sox and the Seattle Mariners. Okay. This is a game where the White Sox have been pretty impressive as they've won 6 of their last 10 games. The Mariners, 3 of their last 4, as we do get Martin going against Brian Wu at home. Hate to bet against the White Sox to not score, but Brian Wu at home is very impressive. Would love to go under the total of 7.5, but not enough to get me there at minus 120 almost. So this will be a pass for me as well. And then San Diego and the Diamondbacks, we'll talk about that a little bit as we do look for the last 2 games on the West Coast. The San Diego Padres off a loss last night against the Diamondbacks, who have won 3 straight. This is basically going to be any other pitcher but Yu Darvish throwing. I would look to back the Padres. This is one where I could see going over the total. You can find it over 9 at even money. All right, that's kind of where I would go in this contest. I think the Padres hit the ball, they bounce back, and I think the Diamondbacks will be able to get to Darvish. So I do like the over 9 in that spot. And then the last game on the card, another game where it's quite frankly unbettable. Dodgers off of a tough loss last night. To not bat in the 9th is how I would approach this game. The Dodgers going against Mikolas there for the Cardinals. They do get Sheehan pitching. I think this is one where the Cardinals kind of falter in this one. So Dodgers money line minus 185, a little too much money to lay outright. So I would explore the not to bat in the 9th inning. Also, Dodgers team total I think is live as we see it set at 9 runs. So the Dodgers over 4.5 is kind of how I would approach this game. All right, so that'll be it, guys. That is my rundown and breakdown of this entire card. Appreciate you all tuning in. Apologies that we're not in the office, but if you haven't done so by now, hit that like button. Please subscribe down below. We'll recap the picks very quickly for you guys. This is where we're going to get into the first bet that we will have. The Brewers on the run line at plus 125. Also, we're going to take the under 8 at the Kansas City and Boston contest. And then the last game, the Athletics plus 116 on the money line. So those are my 3 best bets. Good luck out there. Let's cash some tickets. Looking for a bounce back. And we'll see you guys all in the next video. Cheers.